Hello creatives, welcome to the daily pick a card and birthday reading for September 15th. If you were born today after sunrise, you are a 9 of clubs. If you were born before sunrise, you're actually yesterday's card, which was a 10 of clubs. Okay, so the way this works is we're going to read each card individually, then all together for the collective. We're going to talk about the energy today of that 9 of clubs, low vibe, high vibe, and what we might bump up into today. Then we are going to wish the 9 of clubs a very happy birthday. This is your solar year cards. They are here to help you, help yourself in your manifesting abilities. I'm going to raise that vibration and give you all that extra feel-good energy to draw on when it comes time to manifest. All right, so let's get started here and turn over card number 1. So we've got the 7 of clubs. This is in the upright position. It's a gateway card. It means that at the end of the day, at the end of those 7 days of week, the end of that 7 Saturn, really the gravity of it, you are able to let go of something that just is no longer serving you. It might come through a little abrupt, but you're ready for it. These are always timely and in the right measure. So it's you realizing that something has just had its season. Now, this is about your intellectual pursuits. So it's you coming across some kind of information that has come your way in any which form, doesn't matter, reading, television, media, whatever, a letter, overhearing a conversation that just popped in, and you can feel it. You just know that it's triggered something within you that you see where you have been allowing yourself to be victimized or allowing yourself to overstep your boundaries and become that protector for someone. It's always about either being the perpetrator, the defender, or the victim. It's time to get out of those 3 modes, which always has that ending connotation. It's always like a last resort. I have found that there's a bit of desperation around the 7's energy. Not always in a bad way, but just in a hurry up. I don't have a lot of time. I really need to do as much as I possibly can, and getting into it too fast, too furious, and missing a lot of what you're meant to just really go in and absorb slowly, really dissecting and deconstructing what it is that you're being asked to let go of, whether willingly or unwillingly. In this case, it's willingly, thank goodness. So we're going to see it, we're going to know it. It's in the upright position, so it's going to come a little easier for us. We've been probably knowing it for quite some time, and now we just got the trigger that it is going to happen. We're on a different way of thinking about things, and you just can't stop the ball from rolling. It's downhill from here. In a good way. I am a 7 of clubs, so I know what this is, and it's not that bad. It is actually quite refreshing. It can be like becoming a minimalist in a way of thinking. It's really can be quite a beautiful card. Just opens you up to so much more available to you to explore and search through and glean the knowledge from. It's quite lovely in many, many respects. All right, let's look at card number 2. We've got the 6 of diamonds in reverse. So reversals are a heads up about what kind of energy we may be bumping into today. So we might get triggered into this behavior, or it could be that we run into it and have to deal with it from an outside source. So let's talk about the 6 of diamonds in reversal first. This is the devil energy in the major arcana. It's Venus energy. So you're going to want to look and see what you have in your Venus position and kind of see where that devil energy might come into, I don't know, like how that might be able to make a difference. It's a really having that choice that you're going to have to make, choice for empowerment, really making healthy choices for yourself, and being able to do that with a clear conscience about knowing who you are at your bare minimum. Diamond suits are very psychic and very intuitive on any level. And interestingly, when it's in the upright position, it's really severely, just beautifully connected to source. So in the reverse, maybe you've been feeling a little lately that connection's been a little stymied, or you can't quite, there's some static on the line and can't quite hear it. It's not quite coming through for you. So, what to do with that? This in reverse is being at its probably most stuck, is looking for that validation outside of yourself. The 6s are those that put in a lot of work and then reap success. There's nothing lazy about a 6 that I know of, unless it's in the really deepest, lowest vibration. Or, not knowing how to get there because of the being ungrounded. This is the diamond suit. So if you're ungrounded, that can lead to a lot of different things that trigger you into that lower vibration of acting and being. So it could trigger wanting to manipulate. It is the deacon of the Virgo season for that, and being very good at it, very able in it, very believable in it. But it doesn't feel good at the end of the day. So we need to be really aware of what this means for us today. And if we are divided in our decision making, that devil energy about making those clear decisions, we need to stop and just hold ourselves and be kind and generous and curious about why. That's where the juicy goodness is. That's where you raise your vibration, because whatever it is, the desire, the impulse, whatever block that's making this feeling of lack, then you pull the string on that, you accept it, right? But it's a part of you that's ready. It's being brought forth so that you can be healed with it. You just have to find the oopspa to get in there and really think it through. You can ask your guides with the best of intentions and great gratitude to help you with that, to help you co-create with you. They bring it, you do it. Clarity and balance, right? All right. So whatever discomfort comes with that part of this message today, for all of us having to look into that darker, more shadow sides of ourselves, you want to be able to look at what comes with curiosity, right? Just be the witness, have that compassion for yourself, and build some constructive thought around it. because there's a need for this apex, really, and having that light and shadow open to you. It's where all the good goopy goop is, right? You want to breathe through it and allow that blossom to open. You can take some time for yourself with that. There's no rush. So, all right. And realize that whatever baggage comes with it, if there's any fear around it and or conditioning that comes up for you from how you were raised or what it is that you have in this lifetime to work through, just know that when you can go as deep as you can go, you're just going to be left with a more truer you, right? And isn't that what we're all here to do? Make that lemonade out of lemons, right? The alchemy of self. It's nourishing, and having that nourish and nature vibe to it is really pretty beautiful. All right, let's look at card number 3. We've got the 6 of spades. So this is all about us really allowing for that to happen and to let that new and improved you, me, come forth, knowing that we are stepping into a better way of taking care of ourselves, that we are going to, at the moment anyway, be able to do it with the best of intentions and at the best of our abilities. It's Venus energy again in the black suit. So for that, we are looking at the Lovers. So again, it is all about taking care of ourselves in the best way possible, knowing that we're going to align our values and be making those harmonic choices for ourselves, our own well-being, remedies and cures for us, mental and physical well-being. Wow. So, folks, we've got some letting go today, some big letting go today, but it's going to feel good at the end of the day. We're going to be able to get through this and do the right thing. It's going to come through as this amazing piece of knowledge that we weren't aware of. It could be coming through like a thunderbolt. That's the way these upright sevens kind of deliver. It is just that source coming through with an undeniable piece of information, and it's going to be about us and our soul connection to source and how that relates back to who we are at our core. This is in the 9 of Clubs chart. It is the ecliptic card. So it's us being given a heads up about how we're off our path here, and that we need to get back on the path and how to go about doing that. So through this 9 of Clubs energy for the day. So the 9 of Clubs, this is the truth finder card. That's the kind of energy that we're in. It's K2 energy. So look to your K2, your past life, what you brought with you that needs to be rethought and come out on the other side with a better understanding so that we can change our preconceived notions and ideas, start that different DNA, right? So that we can move forward to next lifetimes with a better understanding of who we are. That's the game. And then being able to do exactly that. All right. So it's going to be an interesting day. I'm a little interested in seeing how my 7 of Clubs cards comes through. I love that it is realizing how to improve upon that spiritual, intuitive, psychic connection that we all have, and how that's going to make a huge difference on our path of destiny today, and that we're going to be able to come through with doing a pretty good job, if not the best job possible, of doing exactly that. I love the hermit energy that is the Nine of Clubs major arcana. It is about being able to follow sources' directions, knowing that you're hand held and led down your own path. It's just beautiful. All right. So, what would be the low vibe that we could be bumping up into for that Nine of Clubs energy? We could be feeling pretty righteous in our digging in our heels and not wanting to do any of that work. We could be clinging to our ideals and notions, not wanting that kind of change to come through. You know, it is all a choice, and you can stay in that if that's what you need to do. Maybe you're not ready yet, but these reversals are timely. They are here to give you the perfect little tidbit that you can work with for today, because it is a reflection of you. It is time to be healed. So it's lovely that you're getting the opportunity to do exactly that. So if you're feeling defensive or reluctance in that, sticking to whatever you want to know, I don't think you're going to be able to, honestly, because of the Seven of Clubs here. And the fact that we are in our first day of that new moon cycle. So now is the perfect energy to really think something through that we can set our sights on, as far as opening a channel of enlightenment and coming out the better for it. In a couple of weeks, we'll be able to manifest this new, improved us. Why not take the upgrade? You know, it looks good to me. I'm going for it. All right, so there we are. Let's go to the birthday cards and see how this relates to the chart of the day. New start. Sometimes we must realize that what we have done needs to be discarded, and we must make a new start. Well, the Nine of Clubs is all about that. And as far as I've seen, very willing and ready to do exactly that. So, all right, whatever it is that you've been mulling over, is it time to just let it go? Most likely it is. And this could really be about who you are at your core as well. I often see these more as an internal rather than an external thing, especially during this Virgo season, because it is how we internalize the external world. So when you can realize that there's something that needs to be discarded, and that we make a new start, and how do we do that? We would do that by polishing that connection to source. It's a Nine of Clubs. You are that hermit energy. You need to get in there and do the work of that ecliptic Six of Diamonds, understanding that you put in the hard work and then you can reap the rewards for it. Diamond suit, you know, it's really very beautiful. It's rewards that you can have from that outside source. It's you improving your skills, your talents, your financial making abilities. How you take care of that is a big one for you. You've got the Nine of Spades in your sun position. It's the yogi card. It's exactly hermit. You hermit, double down. And not to mention what you have in the Rahu, Jack of Spades, right? So it's not always easy. It's not always able to reach that good judgment in things. It's sometimes wanting to take that lower vibe, easy route. That's that 10 of diamonds in your Pluto. It's what catches you up. It's what you are here to really turn the energy on once you figure that out, once you see that it's quite comical, really, how much you try to not have to do is the secret for you to just take giant leaps in this life to become the best version of you. And that is really that deep, thoughtful, connected energy to source and being able to change the DNA that you've been brought forth with like nobody's business. I mean, you're the card to do this. You figuring it out through that loving, giving nature that you have as a 9 to share that. It's really pretty brilliant in you just being you. You bring it. So, okay, let's see what you get for the Spirit and Nature card. The 8 of Spades. Love that you get the 8 of Spades. This is a card that says take full advantage of that 9 of Spades and that Jack of Spades that is so prominent in your chart. In your moon position, you have that 2 of Hearts. That's that Temperance card. That's you paying attention to how it feels. Very necessary. I know it's not always easy. That 6 of Hearts in the Jupiter, it mostly gets diverted. So it is what you have to work on the hardest, but you can do it. You're solid in that 6 of Diamonds. If you can rely on that and really just allow for the time to contemplate. You got those 2 9s there. The Hermit card is always settling back into allowing Spirit through to help guide you with that 6 of Diamonds. Incredibly psychic card. So you know you've got the 2 of Diamonds in your Saturn. I mean, yay. It makes it a little easier to understand through self-knowledge, through knowing your balance around things, what's real for you. All right. And in that, right, every time you get to do that, that's how you raise your vibration. And that's the energy you get to draw on every time you want to put your manifesting to good use. Let's see what you get for the Wishcraft card. The magic circle. Magic starts with me. Yes, it does. All right, magic. You're going to be making the magic happen within. I can see it. Best of luck to you on your journey this year. I hope things work out beautifully for you and you manifest to the height of your abilities. Carpe diem for the day and for all of us. Looks like we're all going to get a chance to let something go and let Spirit in for this fabulous self-improvement here. Let's do it with kindness and curiosity as we stay creative on our journey.